Portal widgets for customer service management. This is a live in ServiceNow webinar. My name is Harriet Franklin, and I'm going to do introductions in a few more slides. First, we'll start with the safe harbor. We're going to be showing you capabilities and functionality that may or may not be in our future product. Please don't make any purchasing decisions based on that, and we'll go ahead and get started. First, a little housekeeping up front. This is one of many webinars that we do on live on ServiceNow. Please take a snapshot. I'll also provide a link a little later on to where you can go for all future webinars. The next one up is What's New in Xanadu. That will be in September. We are going to be taking questions in the Q&A section, so please don't put your questions in chat. Put them in the tab at the bottom in the Q&A, and we will answer them along the way. This presentation will be recorded and available to you on the community, so you can go back, look at it. And then after the event, we want to hear from you. You'll be prompted for a short survey at the end, and as always, we appreciate your feedback. As I said earlier, my name is Harriet Franklin, and I'm an outbound product manager for customer service management self-service. Presenting today is Anil and Mayank, and when they present, they're going to introduce themselves. For the agenda today, we'll start with some of the key challenges that customers face and that you may have. And everything is really built about how you can improve self-service with Customer Portal and the strategic advantage that you're going to have in taking these capabilities. Second, Mayank will talk about what the key components are in the portal. Anil is going to give a demonstration of 3 use cases and how those use cases are done today and how they're done in the future. Next, how do you get started? What are the best practices you need to do? Followed by a roadmap. And if we don't get all your questions at the end when we have time, we'll also do a live Q&A. So to start, your customers expect effortless digital experiences, and those experiences need to be simple. They need to be easy to find information. It needs to be fast. Customers want to resolve their issues quickly and on their own. And it needs to be consistent. Regardless of the channel, self-service or agent, customers want consistent service. So what can you as an organization do to help meet and exceed those customer expectations? First, we continue to innovate each release and provide new capabilities to help you reduce that customer effort. And by adding more self-service capabilities, you're going to meet those customer expectations. Second, augment self-service with generative AI. Our Now Assist for CRM helps power those great chat experiences and helping to help the customer get the answer the first time. And then finally, automate workflows for faster resolution. Often when I talk to customers, we look at what their key issues are, and we find that adding more workflow can help deflect more calls. So the key to everything and where customers start is the Customer Portal. And think of the Customer Portal as the window into self-service, whether you're accessing it on your phone or on a computer. And to take a look at the Customer Portal, let's highlight some of the key capabilities here. We know that the portal has knowledge. It's critical, especially if you're using Gen AI, to make sure that knowledge is correct and up to speed. In addition, finding that information quickly with AI search, allowing customers to create and view and look at cases on their own through the portal. We leverage service catalog to where issues can be resolved quickly without an agent. Localized on the portal in the language of the preferred customer. And then new that we introduced is playbooks on portal. Also, live chat, leveraging virtual agent, the ability to have callbacks, appointments and surveys, and many more capabilities. And we do differentiate there with the ability to use business locations such as franchises to be able to self-serve customers as well as businesses. But what we're doing today is Now Assist. And Now Assist for CRM is our generative AI product. And think about adding that to our already existing capabilities, such as virtual agent, powering better search capabilities, and conversational experiences with service catalog. All of these are on the portal for better self-service, automated, and assisted workflows. Next, we have Mayank.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mayank Agrawal. I'm inbound product manager for customer service management.
Before we start, Mayank, let's correct your screen a little bit there. We can see a different view here.
Okay, just a second.
Perfect.
Okay, my name is Mayank Agrawal. I'm inbound product manager for customer service management self-service. Let us look at the key components for portals. So these are some of the portal basics. Here is a representation of a portal. At the top, you can see there is a portal URL. An important part of the URL is the suffix, which is representing the name of the portal. This is the name through which the portal is represented within ServiceNow, and this is also visible to the end users. You can configure this portal suffix name, and also you can configure the portal URL through custom URL configuration. This portal is built using multiple pages, which are linked to each other, and it represents customer user flows. And each page, if you look at closely, these pages are built using different components called widgets. There are two terminologies here, widgets and widget instances. Widgets are like building blocks or independent functional units that make up a page, and they're available as a part of a widget library. When you're using a specific widget into a page, that becomes a specific instance of the widget, which is called widget instance. To understand this better, let's look at the Service Portal Designer screen. So on the left-hand side, you can see a bunch of widgets available, which are a part of Portal Widget Library. When you drag and drop these widgets onto your portal page, it becomes an instance of that widget. And in order to drive the specific behavior of that widget for your specific usage, there are a bunch of instance options available, which are widget configuration, and you can configure the widget behavior using these instance options. So to summarize, what is a portal? A portal is a collection of experiences or pages which are linked with each other, and it represents different user flows. And this overall portal behavior is governed by a one central configuration for each portal, which is defined in a portal record. So what is a portal record? Here is an example on the left-hand side. Portal record is a stub or a collection of common configurations which define the overall behavior of a portal. It includes various different configurations such as mega menu that show up on the portal, the header, footer, the taxonomy, which is used for browsing the content, the overall theme of the portal, search configuration, common entry pages such as home page, login page, etc. And then you can also define the content that shows up on the portal, basically including knowledge bases and catalog. Now let us look at a use case along with the demo that Anil will present.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Anil Pujari, and I'm the product manager for CSM self-service portals. These portals enable organizations to build self-service experiences on web, and you can build these experiences for your audience. Now, me and my team have worked on configurable portal widgets, which drastically reduce the cost of building and maintaining these portals. And I'm really excited to demo these widgets to you today. Now, as part of this demo, I'll walk you through the journey of an admin who manages the customer portal for a home appliance manufacturer. And as a portal admin, my goal is to increase the deflection rate. And I do that by improving the discovery of available services and resources so that the required services can be discovered by the user, and also improving the experience of tracking their cases. Now, to accomplish this goal, I have planned 3 tasks. The first task is to update the homepage banner. The second task is to create a page with unified browse experience to display both articles and catalog items. And the third task is to improve the case tracking experience, that is the case list page experience. Now, as part of the first task, which is to update the homepage banner, now this is how the current homepage banner looks. And I would like to update it such that the text color contrasts with the background. And also I would want to add a couple of buttons on the homepage banner, one redirecting to the unified browse experience page, and the another redirecting to the case tracking page, that is the case list page. Now, to demonstrate the difference in experience with and without configurable widgets, what I've done is created 2 portals. This is the old portal with the old widgets, and I have created another portal with the new configurable widgets. Now, when I'm on the old portal and I want to update the text color and I want to also add a couple of buttons, I go to the widget configuration page to do them. But I see that the options are pretty limited. Here, it allows me to only update the title, the short description, and the search configuration. So the only way for me to update this widget is the traditional way, that is the edit the widget in the widget editor. Now, when I open the widget in the editor, I see the widget code, which includes the HTML code, the CSS code, the client script, and the server script. And here is where I can customize the widget to change the behavior of the widget. Now, before I customize, I need to make sure that I clone this widget, because any customization on the widget will also reflect on all those pages which are using the same widget. So I have to go here to clone the widget. Now, after cloning the widget, I have to embed the clone widget on this home page, and then open the embedded clone widget on the widget editor. Now, for the demonstration, what I've done, I've already followed the steps, and hence you can see that I'm already editing the cloned homepage banner widget. Now, to update the color, I need a working knowledge of code, which includes HTML, CSS. And I see that color is based on this variable, which derives the color from the theme and applies to this to the text on this widget. Now I want to override this theme color, and I want to give a manual color, which is white. So I give the white color in hex code. And then I also update the HTML code to add those 2 button tags. Now I have added 2 button tags, which says that on clicking the button, redirect users to this unified browse page, and the label for the button is called browse services and resources. I have added another button which on click redirects users to the case list page, and the label for the button is track your cases. Now I save the widget, and I refresh my old portal, and here I will see those changes. Now my text color is updated to white, and I see that there are 2 buttons included on the widget. Now it took a lot of coding for me to just update the text color and also add a couple of widgets. Now, if I want to further provide styling to these buttons, I have to code more. I have to update the CSS so that I can provide styling. Another thing to notice is that I have overridden the theme colors. So tomorrow, whenever I update the theme will not be applied to this widget. So I'll have to come back and manually update this widget so that it takes the new theme colors. Now you saw how difficult it is to actually build an experience using the old widgets. Now let's see the same experience in the new widgets. Here I'm on the new portal and I open the widget configuration. And the first thing I notice is it has a lot of configurations available. And the best part is I have a link to the document on top on each widget, which explains each of this configuration in detail. I'll walk you through all the configuration and I'll explain how they work. So the first thing is the heading, where I can provide the heading for the homepage banner. And this heading can be a simple text, or I can use these dynamic variables such as part of the day and username to dynamically say, such as, "Good afternoon, Joe Smith. Welcome to the customer portal." Second configuration is the description, which is displayed under the title. And here, if I want to update the background image, I don't have to visit any other page. I can just pick the background image from this drop down and select, and the background image will be updated. Now, if I want to update the text color so that it contrasts with the background image, I can simply update the text color here, and I can do it independently for both heading and description, and the text color will be updated. Now, if I want to change the alignment of the title, description, search, then I can do so. And currently it's in the center. If I want the alignment to be on left, I can just update this configuration and the alignment will be on left. I can choose to display search bar, and I can choose to display the primary button and secondary button. Now, if I select to display primary button, it'll ask me for a couple more configurations, such as what should be the button label. Here I'm saying the button label should be called Browse Services and Resources. And on clicking the button, it should take users to the Browse content page. Now, similarly, I enable secondary button, and here the button label is Track Your Cases, and it should take users to the case list page. There are several other configurations available, but when I update, just a minute, I'll just make this update. And as soon as I save this configuration, the widget is immediately updated and the text color is in white. And you can see that there are two buttons added to the homepage banner. Now, important thing to notice here that these buttons automatically take the color from the theme, and hence in future, if I update the theme color, that will automatically update the theme of this widget. Now, you would have noticed that neither did I clone the widget, nor did I customize or code the widget, and the widget can be maintained or is maintained on its own in future too. Now I'll move to the second task, where I want to create a page with unified browse experience. Now, currently, when user wants to browse through a list of catalog items and articles, he has to navigate to two different pages, and he browses these content using the categories that are internal to the organization. These categories are also maintained by the content authors who do not directly manage the portal audience. So since these categories are internal to the organization, in most cases, these categories are not relevant to the portal audience. So what I would want to do is I want to create a new experience where I'm displaying the categories here on the left hand side, and these categories are relevant to my portal audience. Here it is displaying categories such as home appliances and subcategories which displays products, and the other categories involve repair, orders, and warranty. And on selecting any category, it also displays the related content such as articles and catalog items that have been mapped to these categories. Now, how do I create these categories and map these content to these categories? ServiceNow platform offers a capability which is called taxonomy topics, where you can create these categories, in fact, a hierarchy of these categories, and map content to display them. Now, if I want to display the same experience on the old portal, I do not have any widget which understands this platform configuration of taxonomy topics. Hence, I will not be able to create the same experience on the old portals. But what I can do is I can create the same experience in the new portals using the widget, which is called Browse Taxonomy. Now here from the homepage banner, when users select the button Browse Services and Resources, it takes them to a page which has the Browse Taxonomy widget. The Browse Taxonomy widget automatically understands all the categories created on the platform, and it displays them on left, and it also displays the related content of articles and catalog items on right. Now, to understand how this is configured on platform, go to platform and go to the portal record. And in this case, I'm on the CSM portal record. And when I navigate to the related list and taxonomy, you will either find a taxonomy already associated to the portal, or you can associate a new taxonomy to the portal. Now, when you navigate into the taxonomy, you will find the topics, the same topics that are displayed on the Browse Taxonomy widget. Now, when you dive into the topics, you will also see child topics. You can configure more child topics, or you can go into any child topic and map content to the child topics. Now, these are several articles and catalog items that are mapped to this child topic, which is called refrigerator. And I can see the same here on the Browse Taxonomy widget. Now, if I want to add new content, I select new here, and it'll ask me what is the content type. And in this case, I have three choices. It can be a catalog item, it could be a knowledge article, or a quick link. I choose it to be a knowledge article, and here I can browse any article that I want to add to map to the catalog to the category. And once I do, it'll automatically show up here on the Browse Taxonomy widget. Now I'll move to the third task, which is improving the case tracking experience. So currently I display a plain list of cases to the user, and it's on the user to actually slice and dice this information using filters and search or sort to find those cases which are really important to him. There might be cases that are awaiting his information, and he needs to do that manually to find those cases. So I want to update this experience and make it a little simpler. So this is the updated experience that I prefer. I want to create those categories on left, such as, for example, cases waiting on you is a category, which when selected displays a filtered list of cases which are in the state awaiting info. Or I want to create a category which is called cases by type. And on selecting this, again, user sees subcategories such as issues, questions, and features. And on selecting any of these subcategories, the user sees a filtered list of cases which belong to the subcategory. Now, apart from updating the case list experience, I want to update the other list experiences too. For example, the product list experience or the contact list experience. And these are the experiences where I have configured the list in the widget itself. So this use case is called a static list, where the whole configuration of the list is configured in the widget itself. Now I have another use case, which is called a dynamic list, where I can use a common page. I don't have to create multiple pages. I can use a common page to dynamically display a list of records from any table. Now, but from where will I get this configuration? I will get this configuration from the URL. So URL will have this information, such as what table should I fetch the records from? In this case, it is case. And what are the columns to be displayed? The columns to be displayed are the columns which are defined in the view called case view. Now, the third use case is related list, where I want to dynamically display a filtered list of records which belong to an entity. For example, here I'm displaying a related list of cases which belong to a product. Now, to build this experience in old portal, old widget, as a user from the homepage banner, I go to track your cases. And here I see the old data list widget, and I want to configure the categories and subcategories. So I go to the configuration page. Now, when I go to the configuration page, I see that options are very limited. I can only update the title, I can update the colors, I can enable or disable filters. So the only option again I have is to actually customize the widget. So I open the data list widget in an editor. When I open the data list widget in the editor, I see the code, I see the HTML, CSS, the client script, and server script. Now, data list is an advanced widget. So only a pro code developer will understand the client and server script. And it is not as simple as homepage banner to customize this widget and display those categories. Now, another thing to notice is when I browse through different old data list widgets available. Now I have multiple data list widgets available for different use cases. For example, data table from instance definition is for the static data list. Data table from URL definition is for the dynamic list. And there is another widget for the related list. So I have to actually configure. I need to first find out which widget to use and then customize that widget for my use case. Now, because this experience of building the categories and subcategories is for pro code developers, I will not demo that right now using the old widgets, but I'll show you how simple it is to configure the same using the new widgets. Now I'm on the new portal, and as a user from the homepage banner, I go to track your cases, and it takes me to the case list page. Now this is the new data list widget, configurable data list widget, and I open the configuration page and I can see that it has plenty of configurations available. Now, what I'll do is first explain you all the configurations available and then explain you how to add those categories and subcategories. The first configuration is dynamic list. This is for dynamic data list where the configuration is taken from the URL. The configuration such as the table, the filter, the view, and all is taken from the URL, and it is displayed to generate the list. Now, if I want to configure a static list, I can uncheck and I can configure the static list using this JSON. But the first thing to note that this JSON is not code. It's not a HTML. It's not CSS. It's not a client script. It is a simple set of instructions in a text format. Now, these instructions, you will find two sides of it. On the left-hand side, you will find the keyword, which tells the widget what is the configuration. And on the right-hand side is the actual configuration. Here I have a single category, and here the category label is all cases, and the same label is displayed here on the table. Now the table from which I want to fetch the records is the case table, and the filter I want to apply to fetch the records is product can be anything. In effect, this means that I have not applied any filter and all the cases from the case table are fetched and displayed. Now, if I want to change this filter, I can also change this filter. I can say product is equal to, and in flower brackets, if I say sys ID, now this becomes a related list. What it does, it fetches the value for this keyword from the URL, and it displays the filtered list of cases that belong to a product whose sys ID is part of the URL. Now you have seen that all the three use cases, which is dynamic data list, static data list, and related list, can be configured using a single widget, and you don't have to identify the widget that you have to use. I'll revert back the change and I'll explain the other configurations. Here is view, which tells what are the columns to be displayed, and only those columns that have been defined or configured in the case view are used to display in the data list. The record view page to display the details of any selected record, any case that I select, which page should I open it in. Here I'm configuring and I'm saying use the CSM ticket page to open the record view page of any selected record. Now this list that you're seeing on the background can be displayed in two layouts. One is a list layout and another is a card layout. And card layout has a primary column Now here in this configuration, what I'm saying is for the on the card layout, use the case number as the primary column. Now, this is a single category that is defined. I can define multiple categories and display multiple lists. And I'll show you how to do that in some time. Now, if there are multiple categories defined, but I want to dynamically select and display only one category out of many, then I can select show selected category from the URL, and only this category that is mentioned in the URL will be displayed for the users. Now, if there are multiple categories, I can define the text or the heading for those categories here. Now, I can also define how the list of records should be displayed. Should it be displayed in the list view or card view? And how should it be displayed on desktop and mobile? And I have those options available here. How many records should I display per page? I can independently decide for desktop and mobile. And in this case, I've said display 10 records per page on desktop and 8 records per page on mobile. I can also choose to display search and display export actions. Now, since you are clear with the configuration, I'll explain how to add the categories and subcategories. It is as simple as copying the instructions above and just changing the right hand side of the instruction. In a minute, I'll just show you how to add those categories and subcategories and display them on the list. So I have added two categories, which is called, the first category is called cases waiting on you. And the table I'm fetching records from is the case table. And the view is the case view, similar to the first category. The record view page is CSM ticket, and the primary card view, primary column for the card view is number. So none of these have changed. The only change I've done is instead of displaying all the cases, I'm displaying only those cases that are in the state awaiting info. I have also added the third category, which is called cases by type. Here, again, the configuration for table, for filter, for view, for record view page, and all is same. Additionally, what I've added is subcategories. I've added 3 subcategories, and the subcategory is called are called issue, question, and feature. And each of the subcategory only display a filtered list of cases which belong to those categories. Now, as soon as I save this configuration, you will see the widget is updated and these categories have been added. If I go to cases waiting on you, all the cases displayed are in the awaiting info state. And if I go to cases by type, I see those subcategories such as issues, questions, and features. And each of the subcategory is only displaying cases of that type. Now, you have seen the difference in experience or effort which is required with before and after configurable widgets. Now I will summarize that. So before configurable widgets, you have to be a pro code developer with coding skills, and updating any widget behavior required multiple steps. You had to clone, then customize and update the HTML, CSS, and scripts, and also maintain those widgets. Any maintenance in future, such as fixing defects or updating the theme variables, is on the customer. And if you want to add any new capabilities to the widget, that is also the responsibility of the customer. Now, after configurable widgets, you just have to be a business user. You don't need any coding skills. You can just understand the configurations available, which are defined in the document, and update the behavior of the widgets the way you want. So the building experiences becomes a single step exercise. You just have to open the widget configuration and configure. Now, in all these widgets are maintained by ServiceNow and also regularly updated with new capabilities to solve more use cases for you. I have demoed 3 configurable widgets, but we have built a library of configurable widgets for you, and these will help you for most of your common use cases, and I'll walk you through them. The banner widget is the widget which I've just demoed. But if you have a use case where you want to display multiple products and services on your page, then on your homepage, then you can use banner carousel, where each product or service can be highlighted on each slide. We have the header and mega menu widget. We have a header widget which has the universal search embedded. Now, search can be accessible to the user from any page. Apart from the search, the approvals and notifications are displayed on the level 1 of the widget. And on the level 2, we have the mega menu. Mega menu gives you capability to display several menu items in a hierarchical way, and you can go beyond 3 levels of hierarchy to display your menu items. On right, you have the footer widget, where you can display quick links that can be accessed from any page, and you can configure all the quick links, such as sitemap links that are displayed here, the footer links that are displayed at the bottom, and the social media links. This is the data list which I've demoed. You can configure categories, subcategories. You can also configure the filter experience for the end user, and you can choose to display the data list either in the list layout or in the card layout. Here, this is the taxonomy topics card. Now you have defined categories that are relevant for your portal audience. You can display the first level of categories here on the home page. And on selecting any of these categories, the user is redirected to the browse taxonomy page, which displays the categories and subcategories on left and related content on right. Here we have several quick link widgets which can be used on the home page or any other pages. Now here is the knowledge quick link, which displays most viewed articles or most popular articles in the card view format. And you have several ways to select and display the articles here. One of the ways is to manually select the article, or you can set a criteria, and only those articles which meet the criteria will be displayed here. Here is catalog quick links. Again, you can choose to display them by manually selecting the catalog items or setting a criteria. And you can choose to display them in the card format, either as a thumbnail or as an icon, like you see below. And you can display the image along with the title and the description of the catalog item. Here you find case cards, where you can display the important cases for your portal audience. And here you can choose to display, for example, cases that are in awaiting info state. And these cases are displayed in the card view. The card includes the information such as the state of the case, when was it updated, the short description, and few field value pairs, which are configurable. If you have a generic use case where you want to display links to any internal pages or external pages, or you want to simultaneously display a link to a knowledge article and catalog item, you can use this quick link widget. Here you have FAQ widget, which displays articles in Q&A format. Here it displays the question, and below the question, it displays the article body as an answer. If user is interested to read the full article, he can click more, and the user is navigated to the article view page. All these articles can be browsed using the using the categories defined on the article. This is portal object on right, which displays key information and related action of a record from any table. For example, on the record view page of a product, you can display the product's key attributes, such as model number, configuration item, and also related actions, such as create a case or create a return for this order using portal object. Now, here are all the available configurable widgets for now, but there are several widgets that we are working on, which will really help you speed up building and building portals, and also reduce the effort in maintaining these portals in future. At this point, I'll hand over the presentation to Mayank.
Okay, so you saw with the older experience, there are over 100 plus portal widgets available. They are different customizations of the similar widgets, and they are heavy on code. Whereas with the new experience, we are providing, we are grouping similar widgets into one, which provide easy configuration for each widget and provide a high degree of variation achieved through those configurations. So as a part of the value provided by this new solution, you're getting new common library of widgets. And then along with that, you're also getting out-of-the-box portals, which is coming up in one of the upcoming releases later this year, which will include out-of-the-box pages which are built using these new widgets and these new portal flows. Using all of these three in your toolkit, you can create very easily your new customer portals or upgrade your existing portals. So these are the benefits you get as based on this new solution. It reduces the time to value. You are able to build your portals much faster. This also means lower implementation costs. And since you are close to the out-of-the-box capabilities that we are providing, this also means less customizations and easier upgrades. So these are the benefits of new configurable portal widgets. You get a common library where all the widgets are available for you to use, and we keep on enhancing this library by enhancing the widgets or adding new widgets with newer releases. These widgets are highly configurable, as you saw in the demo. So this allows you to achieve different behaviors for these widgets for different use cases. These are also enhanced in the overall look and feel and the usability. So you get consumer grade experience as and when you update these new widgets. This also means you get regular updates because you are now using the out-of-the-box capability. These widgets are also compatible with an out-of-the-box theme that we provide, which is Next Experience theme. And then these widgets are also extensible to any custom themes and should be compatible with the new themes as well. And along with this, you're also getting a bunch of other benefits which are non-functional in nature. For example, accessibility, performance, support for different locales, search engine optimization for public content, all of that gets taken care centrally at these widgets level. So now you're equipped with the basic knowledge of this new configurable portal widgets. The next step would be how do you get started and how do you update your existing portals? So the first step is you review your existing experience and identify what are the old widgets or custom widgets which are used on your pages. The next step would be you find similar widgets in the new configurable portal library, which cater to a similar use case and identify those widgets. So here you can see examples like you have a header widget that you saw in the demo as well, mega menu widget, banner widget, quick links, the data list widget, again covered in detail in the demo. So all of these widgets are available to replace your existing old custom widgets. And then you go ahead and replace those widgets using the portal designer and create a new page using the new widgets, having a revamped look and feel. And then in order to have specific behavior of the widgets, you have the configurations available that you saw. So you can use these configurations to drive specific behavior for these widgets. So with these simple steps, you can achieve the new experience using these new configurable portal widgets. Now, this is not it. We are also having a bunch of items on our roadmap, which will take the portal experience even further to the next level. Here are some roadmap items or the key highlights of the roadmap. We are also looking to introduce Gen AI powered search, which would mean we will introduce a conversational search experience with rich UI capabilities, which will be powered by Gen AI. This should provide a better experience to the end users and should help in issue deflection. We are also introducing a new widget for user login and registration, which will provide high configurability if you want to configure your login and registration experience, and it will have new features such as social login. Enhanced notifications would be another capability, which would mean we are revamping the notification framework overall, providing a rich set of capabilities for notifications, and it will cater to notifications across different channels and not just web channels such as email, voice, etc. All of those will be available through portals. Contact us form would be another widget which will be available out of the box to have a quick contact us capability for your portals for both guest users as well as authenticated users. We are also looking to revamp appointment booking capabilities through new widgets for appointment booking, which will provide capabilities for, say, calendar availability or field service technician tracking, appointment booking for store visits, and so on. Then we are also looking to build widgets for metrics and dashboard through which you can display key KPIs for your customers, especially in B2B customer scenario. And then last but not the least, the content recommendation personalization is another area we are looking to invest, where we would look at displaying dynamic content for the users based on their past interaction and the onboarding journey with the product and service they are using, thus recommending intelligently the content that is most appropriate for the users and personalizing the experience for them. So to sum it up, this is the difference that new configurable portal widgets bring in. They enable building portals much faster. It's a difference of the level of minutes versus hours, which was there with the older experience. This also unifies your user experience across different portal channels because you're using a single library of widgets. You can easily configure the portal experience so business users can easily create portal experiences and reduces the dependency on developers. You can leverage the common library of widgets, which would mean a one central place where you have all your experience needs. And then this also means easier upgrades and with no impact on your previous versions because you're using out-of-the-box capability. With that, I'll hand it to Harriet.
All right. Thank you so much, Mike and Anil. Lots of information. We got a lot of questions. Where, can we have a copy of this PowerPoint? Where can I see the recording? All this information is going to be available to you on the community. We also have links here that will, in the presentation that you will receive. We have links to the documentation, Now Learning. We also will post this on YouTube. We have a customer service management YouTube playlist. And also there, you're going to find other great self-service capabilities, such as engagement messenger. So I would invite you to look at that. We're going to start with a couple poll questions, and then we'll open it up for live Q&A. Poll question number 1. Okay. Okay, let me find the question. I get everything here. Oh, let's see. Oh, I do believe the question wasn't set up properly. Let me go ahead and I hate to say this, but the poll question, we had a little difficulty there. That's okay. Please put your poll question in the chat. We'll have to sift through the chat later. But based on today's webinar, will your organization, or if you're a partner working for other organizations, will you migrate to these new configurable portal widgets soon, within the next 12 months? A, yes. B, A, no. B, yes, within the next 6 months. C, yes, in the next 12 months, or D, after 12 months. Please put your answer in the chat. Our poll question capability is not set up. Thank you for putting that in. I'll give everyone a couple more minutes. Oh, we get, yeah, we have a lot of people that are ready to go with this. Excellent. Why don't we move on to poll question number 2? But before we move to that, yeah, next slide, please. Before we pull the poll up, we want to hear from you. This is a great opportunity. We had a lot of questions about, hey, how about this? How about changing this? Have you thought about this? This is an opportunity for you to work with our UX and designers and participate in research. You'll be able to see all that information here at the bottom if you are interested. which leads us to the next question. Are you interested in participating with our user experience product research team in the future? A, no. Please put your answer in the chat. B, yes, I am interested in the next 6 months. Yes, in the next 12 months. And yes, greater than 12 months. Oh, good. We have a lot of people that are interested. That's awesome. We love to hear from our customers and all the different use cases and ways that you use our product. Okay, thank you. Okay, next slide, please. We have about 5 more minutes, and we would like to open it up for Q&A. Please unmute yourself. I'm going to do unmute all here. Let's see. No, let's just unmute the person. Mike, I'm going to unmute you. Please ask your question, Mike. Mike, I'm going to unmute you.
So did it work now?
Yes, go ahead, Mike.
Hi, yeah, Mike here. I don't have a question directly, but I'm very interested in the new technology and the widgets, because as we see, the customization is a lot of easier than it's actual. So yeah, I'm looking forward what is coming next, and I will look to the store, which widgets will be available and how we can use it in our company. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you for that feedback, Mike. Adin?
Hi, thank you for this presentation. It was really useful. Just a quick question. So all these features and everything, will that be live soon or is already live?
It's already in the product, and we're continuing to add more. The link was put in the chat where you can go directly to the store. And it's applicable for Vancouver, Patch 5, and Washington.
This year. Are you planning to have more of these tutorials, anything in Now Learning or anything like micro credits or anything related to widgets? So currently I don't see anything on the Now Learning. Is there do you have any plans coming up to have this?
Yes, we are looking at doing that in September-ish.
Okay. Thank you
But
so
if
much.
it's worthwhile, we can follow up with another meeting for everyone that attended this webinar and dig deeper if that's helpful.
Yeah, it was really useful. Yeah, looking forward to more of this, in Now Learning as well. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Okay, let's see. Any more questions? I think we had a lot in the Q&A, which we've answered. Okay, I don't see any. Mike or Anil, do you see any other questions that you'd like to answer live?
I think, yeah, most of it is answered.
Okay. All right, please, next slide, please. Again, everyone stayed on this call to the end. We want to thank you for your time today. There will be a quick survey. Please provide any information in that survey, and everyone